Walk up in this shit like Will. Now you on me, get you killed. That's a metaphor for the skill. Ain't no metaphor for the real. Under influence of the pill. Majority of rappers on the bill. Bullshit raps I don't feel. Y'all the main course on the meal. Followers be up in the mills. Probably got a house up on the hills. Probably getting a lot of riches, a lot of whips, and I can barely manage how to pay the bills. But I still be up in the studio. And my son eating good, so nutritional. Wish I could follow suit, but I tell it to the crew. So I gotta eat these rappers, I just let them know. Everybody know me. 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 Everybody know me.
Yeah. What is going on, everybody? It's yours truly, the Ace. Hope you guys are enjoying your Friday afternoon. I'm over here working on my Superman review because I did see that yesterday, and we have some breaking news for our New York Yankees. Jeff Passan reported a couple minutes ago, 1:46 start time, so about 11 minutes ago, that the New York Yankees have acquired third baseman from the Colorado Rockies, Ryan McMahon. Before we get into all that and I give you guys my thoughts, shout outs to everybody in the building. Savius is in the building. What's up, brother? How you doing? My nephew Dre is in the building saying hurry up. I'm assuming he wanted me to hurry up so he can get my thoughts. My guy called me. First on the scene was actually Dre. Y'all can say it was Jeff Passan's, but it was actually my nephew Dre. So make sure you guys follow him because he's got all the inside scoops. So the Yankees have got themselves a third baseman, Ryan McMahon, who is under contract until 2027. Joe Consigliere, thanks for popping in. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, what up? You guys let me know what you guys think about this move. And of course, make sure you guys hit that like and hit that subscribe to the Ace Avenue for your sports, movies, and more by yours truly. Baseball Pure says he hates his trade. Suarez would have been better. I wasn't the biggest fan of Eugenio Suarez. And then you're starting to hear like a lot of teams are starting to get interested as well. So it was going to become a pure bidding war for him. He's a guy that I didn't think played very well in the Yankee Stadium. And on top of that, the asking price was high for a guy that you're going to have for like 2 months. Jason Custodio's in the building. What's good, brother? We're going to pay him $4 million this year, $16 million in 2026, and $16 million in 2027. Yes, Ryan McMahon, unrestricted free agent until 2028. So we have him for the rest of this year and the remainder of the 2 years, as Jason just said. I like the move. If Ryan McMahon was a righty, it'd be the perfect move, in my opinion. Me and my nephew talked about this a while ago for a long time. I was a fan of Ryan McMahon. Last year, there were a lot of talks that he could have got moved last year, but the Rockies acquiesced to him because I remember it was last year where he just had a kid and around the trade deadline this time last year where he was kind of like, I think he didn't really want to move or else they probably would have potentially moved him last year. But a year later and he's officially a New York Yankee. His stats on the year and as far as what we actually gave up for him, Rockies get Griffin Herring, left-handed pitcher, and Josh Gross for McMahon. Realistically, you didn't give up anything, but I do like the fact that you made this move immediately. Would have liked to make the move yesterday because then maybe he could be in today's ball game, but you go ahead and make this move ahead of the Philly schedule, ahead of the Philly series, and good chance that we will see him this weekend as well. McMahon on the year, stat-wise, 217, not good. A 1.4 WAR, with the 717 OPS. OPS is sitting at OBP is sitting at 314, and the slugging's at 403. Does have 16 home runs, but I feel like he is a guy that, with the change of scenery, hitting in the middle of our lineup can definitely benefit us. I like the move of McMahon. You got yourself a legit third baseman now. And Ryan McMahon sitting at 30 years old and you have him this year and 2 more years, is it 2 years under control? I think it's a solid move for Yankees. If Jake Bird was in the deal, that's what I'm surprised at, Jason. I'm surprised. I was a big fan of Jake Bird. I've been saying for a long time that I would love to get Jake Bird. I'm surprised they didn't make some sort of package deal for him. Wonder what that would have entailed. Dre says, but maybe he'll play better in Yankee Stadium. Yeah, with that short right field porch, definitely. But you got yourself a finally legit third baseman. I like the move. Defense, and Dre says my nephew says defense is great. And if even the strike zone is in the building, I'm on StreamYard. I don't have any of my drops, or else I'd hit you with the NFE loves raw steak. Sean says he hates this trade. Suarez was the guy we had to trade for. You don't want a guy who can't hit outside of cores. Brendan Donovan, who's hitting 296, was another option. I like it. I think his bat will play well in Yankee Stadium. His defense is better than Suarez's, which after what we saw the last time the New York Yankees were up, dude, we need that. Suarez's defense is not particularly well. Do you really want another guy that can hit home runs, strike out a lot, and play bad defense? We got enough of those guys. I'm good with that over here. T, what's good, my brother? Says making moves, you dig it. Yeah, I like it. NFE and Jason, as fellow content creators, I want to know what you guys think about it. But I like the move. He's in a 98th percentile in average exit velocity in batting this year. Hard hit percentage, 87%. Barrel rate is at 79%. His walks are at 86%. And fielding outs above average is 91%, according to Baseball Savant. I think it's a solid move. And I like the fact what sells me on the move is that you're making it early. Baseball purist thinks Ryan McMahon's going to be another DJ LeMahieu. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I definitely think his bat could play a little bit better here in Yankee Stadium than DJ LeMahieu's could as well. I'm not particularly sure about that one. If he's batting Sean says, yeah, if he's batting 250, has a lot of home runs. Donovan hits for average. Defense doesn't matter when you're an elite hitter. Defense doesn't matter. Defense definitely matters for this team. Did you not see how we lost the World Series? Did you not see the other day when our defense was absolutely putrid and we made so many errors when it comes to that? Like, realistically, yeah. And like Dre says, DJ was solid for the first couple of seasons New York Yankees with the New York Yankees. Now, this is the move, like I said, you have him for 2 years. He moves on from it. By then, guys like George Lombard Jr. should be ready. And then you just move on from him after that. He'll be 32 years old, and you just move on. NFE says, big defensive upgrade at third. Absolutely, dude. He is the third baseman that I'm not saying that we're looking for, but he's a good solid third baseman. That is a legit third baseman. And at the end of the day, that could also take some of the pressure off Anthony Volpe at shortstop as well. I'm gonna tell you this. I have more faith in our left side of the infield now than I did about 30 minutes ago. Because offensively, too, even though he's batting 217, I still have more faith in him than guys like Peraza, guys like Vivas as well. So I'm assuming with this move, the corresponding move would be to send Vivas back down, unless they're going to trade Peraza soon. But I'm assuming the corresponding move is going to be Vivas is getting sent down. But I like this move. Let me go ahead and put up a poll just to see what percentage of you guys actually like this move. Jason says, Sean, they're most likely not trading Donovan. And if they do, it costs way too much. We have other holes to fill. Look, at the end of the day, man, I like the fact that this move is made within like a week of the deadline. The deadline's next week. So the Yankees are being proactive when it comes to stuff like this because, like, same thing that happened with Jazz Chisholm. Same thing that would happen with Jazz Chisholm. Make the moves early so that way they're not as expensive. But yet again, in back-to-back years, this is a move that was kind of under the radar. No one was really thinking about this. Hold on, I'm making a poll for you guys. Of course, 9-9 wasn't gonna like it. He said, "Bro, this guy's batting like 150 on the road, though. We gotta see. We gotta see how it translates well over here." Like I said, I do think it'll play. I do think his bat will play well in Yankee Stadium with that short left field porch. Too quiet. I want to get some background music. I had not set up StreamYard at all. Mostly been using OBS. But yeah, let me guys know down in the comment section what you guys think of the move. NFB says my only thing was they got another left-handed bat. Yeah, that's the only thing that's negative when it comes to me too. If he would have came out as if he was a right-handed bat, I think it would be a perfect fit because we need another right-handed bat. But it's another lefty that will be in the middle of this lineup. What would a lineup look like? He's probably going to either be batting anywhere from 5 to 5-6, I would assume. Could add some protection for a guy like Giancarlo Stanton, as well. Suarez the missing piece for this team? Well, apparently not. Apparently the Yankees don't think he's a missing piece for this team. Like I said, I personally don't think Suarez's bat played that well in Yankee Stadium, to be honest with you. A heavy pull hitter, and he's a guy that hits to our deepest part of the ballpark. I'm not, I was never completely sold on Suarez. You guys know I was bigger on Ke'Bryan Hayes. I was a bigger Ke'Bryan Hayes guy, but and if he says as long as it moves Volpe tonight, oh definitely, it's gonna be dropping down the lineup. Definitely, I could definitely see him in the 5 to 6 hole, batting behind like Giancarlo Stanton or batting behind like Jazz, depending on what the lineup is like, depending on who's leading off. And if he says he's not giving up top prospects either, that's probably what it would have cost for Suarez. And on top of that, Suarez would have been with all the teams they were talking about today, even the Mets started getting interested in Suarez. You would have had to outbid them. And with the New York Yankees, we know how the outbid works. It starts with guys like Spencer Jones. It starts with guys like George Lombard Jr. So we realistically, we gave up nothing for him. We're taking on a lot of contract, no doubt. Well, not for the rest of this year, but next year you're taking on $16 million for 2026 and 2027. But realistically, I like this move. I think it's a solid move. Mets aren't interested in Suarez. That's not what Jeff Passan was saying this morning. No, I don't think it was Jeff Passan. I forget which writer was saying it. But the Mets also did add Gregory Soto. Look, I like the move. I know a lot of people wanted Suarez, but I wasn't the biggest fan of Suarez. And this should be the first move of many that this New York Yankees team needs to make. Aaron, what's good, brother? Says what's good, man? Now you got to go get yourself some bullpen. Bullpen needs to be the next move, which is why, like, I'm interested to see, like, or anybody to hear, like, was Jake Bird even thought about being packaged with this? Just looking at Twitter to see what everybody's saying about it. Yeah, Ryan McMahon on the road this year. 189, 265, 324. Yeah, he has not played well on the road outside of Coors. Rocky fans are pissed they didn't get Jones in this deal, is what Dre says. Of course, I think that would have pissed me off. Gary Sheffield Jr. from Yankees Unloaded. My issue with McMahon trade for the Yankees is that he's on a 6-year, $70 million contract. The glove is a positive for his arrival, but they just got him for 2. Who the fuck is that prospects because he's hitting 217? Yeah, ultimately, dude, they didn't give up anything for him. It's $16 million next year. They're paying the rest of the $4 million this year. That is true. And if you keep in mind, he played for the prospects. I mean, he played for the Rockies. That is true. So, So we got a couple people that are really pissed off in the chat. Yeah, like lower middle prospects at the end of the day. We gave up 2 guys that you guys probably didn't even know of. Not 1 year. No, for the rest of this year, it's $4 million. Then it's 16 for 2026, 16 for 2027. Then he's a free agent. Yeah, I think so too, Dre. Low risk, high reward, in my opinion. He's a guy that defensively you're gonna get a good glove over there at third base. Hopefully that bat translates better in Yankee Stadium than it does in Coors Field with that short porch at the end of the day. But offensively, he's a lot better than what we currently have. Like Jason said, it is an upgrade. Absolutely. It absolutely is an upgrade at third base. Consigliere Joe says he wants to bring up Spencer Jones. It's a chance we might be able to see Spencer Jones come for the September call-ups. Sorry, guys. I'm looking at Twitter at the same time, too, just to see if there's anything else. David, what up? Says, yeah, Ace, what up, man? He likes to trade. He's not worried about the bat. He'll be fine. That glove will make a difference, which is absolutely what we need. If the Yankees would have brought in a guy, right, that was purely offensive and struggled defensively, people would complain about that, no doubt. All right, NFE, thank you, man. Thank you, my guy, NFE. Just sent me something from Mark Feinstein. McMahon's overall numbers this season are average at best, but he's been much better over the past 6 weeks. Since June 7th, McMahon has 10 home runs and an 819 OPS in 30 games. He immediately becomes a huge upgrade at third base for the Yankees, and he's signed through 2027. It is a major upgrade. Regardless of what you think, you can not like the trade, you can like the trade. It is a major upgrade for third baseman. Like, did he get off to a slow start? Absolutely. But as of the last couple of weeks, he has been playing a lot better. What are your thoughts? Anthony, thanks for popping in. What would your thoughts be if the Yankees got Edward Cabrera? Isn't Cabrera hurt? Isn't Cabrera injured? I like Cabrera as a starter, but realistically, bullpen needs to be priority now. You just got your third base. You just got your third base option. Now you got to go get, okay, he's back. I mean, good, solid pitcher, but you got to focus on bullpen now. Honestly, you think it would be a good change? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a big difference between playing for the Yankees with the bats that we have and playing for the Colorado Rockies. The Rockies are a disaster right now, and you think his stats are going to jump up once he gets to the Bronx. Yeah, absolutely. Throughout Ryan McMahon's career, he's batting .240 career. Like, he's having a bad year, no doubt. But you gotta hope for the upside of his average at the end of the day. Ke'Bryan Hayes would have been better. Yeah, I was a fan of Ke'Bryan Hayes. Definitely. How long is the flight from Colorado to New York? I don't know. You gotta ask NFE. Ask NFE from the strike zone. Dre says starting in bullpen. I think bullpen first. I think bullpen needs to be addressed first. It would have been nice if they could have packaged Jake Bird with this. Like, you give up a couple more prospects and you bring back Jake Bird on top of that. But guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe. If you guys are just tuning in, obviously you guys, everybody can read. Breaking news, Yankees trade for Ryan McMahon from the Colorado Rockies. But I like the trade. I do. Theo says he lives in Colorado. It's about 2.5 hour flight. So, yeah, I'm not sure he'll be able to make it tonight. Maybe he'll be able to pinch it. But at the end of the day, man, like, I think it's a solid trade. Am I in love with it? No, I'm not in love with it. But I do think that it is a solid trade that does help out this Yankee ball club, especially defensively right away. You got yourself a legit third baseman. Another lefty bat, unfortunately. He's, if he was from the right side, then maybe I'd be in love with this trade. But another lefty bat that his bat might play a lot better in Yankee Stadium than it currently does in Colorado. But defensively, definitely a solid defensive player, which is the exact upgrade that we need. It's an upgrade, guys. Definitely an upgrade. But hopefully this is just a start. 7 at-bats for the Yankees is what Dre says. Hopefully this is just a start. Hopefully he could be like Jazz and play better as a Yankee. Exactly. Why? I mean, dude, we saw Jazz Chisholm take off. We saw Jazz Chisholm start to take off. I mean, a change of scenery, especially when you're playing for a better team and you feel more motivated to play, can definitely bring it out. Shit, David, thank you for the 199. Don't know. McMahon in Baltimore right now. Oh, so he's passing Baltimore. Got you. Who would I give up for Anthony Bender? He's got a 2.30 ERA and a 0.83 whip. They'd be able to package some prospects for him. I'm not giving up any top guys for him. You know what's funny, though? This is coming off the heels. This is actually coming off the heels of my nephew and I were talking about it. O'Neal Cruz was starting to get... O'Neal Cruz's name was starting to get thrown out there. My nephew asked me if I would take O'Neal Cruz. Love O'Neal Cruz tops upside. Love his potential. But he's a guy that struggled in the infield, had to go to the outfield to play. I don't know if he could have played third base. At the end of the day, I want a legit third baseman. And the Yankees going into this season had a huge hole at third base. You had Oswaldo Cabrera, right? But he's more the Swiss Army knife. We had such a huge hole, and you just filled that out here with Ryan McMahon, and you gave up nothing. You gave up next to nothing. Word is Pirates wanted Jason for Cruz. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. I would not have done that, though. But yeah, this New York Yankees team, man, it's just... Remember a couple of years ago when we had no lefties? Now it seems like all we have are lefties. Bellinger, Jazz, McMahon, Dominguez, who bats better from the left side. Grisham, Wells, Rice. We are full of lefties. There's a couple more moves that I would love for the Yankees to make. You got to go out there and attack bullpen. Who knows if they're still in talks with the Rockies? I would try to bring in Jake Bird, and I would hit up the Nationals and get Ahmed Rosario for a bench role. Ahmed Rosario can play that infield and outfield as well, filling that Cabrera type. He is a free agent at the end of the year, but that's a low-cost move that could definitely help you out. He's a guy that can just hit, that hits anywhere he goes as well. I would like that move. And maybe one more starter would be great. Yeah, he's got to pass physicals and stuff, so... honestly, we probably won't see him until Sunday. This day has been interesting, though. The Mariners, yesterday the Mariners got Josh Naylor. Mets made a move. Or get IKF or Bednar. I wouldn't mind IKF because now he's not going to be the guy. He's not going to be the third baseman. D. Shannon says, I know people are upset it's not Suarez, but it's better to have a third baseman than the ones we currently have. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sold on Suarez, man. Defensively, he's worse than Ryan McMahon. Offensively, yes, he's solid offensively, but our problem is fundamentally. Do y'all want to have another inning like we just had fucking 2 days ago? Hell no. IKF for Tilly rolling nice or Rosario. Dude, I'm all for Ahmed Rosario. I like Ahmed. And he wouldn't cost you a lot. He really wouldn't, especially for 2 months. They like Suarez because he's the big name that's out now. But realistically, I didn't feel like the Yankees need to make that big move. Like offense isn't our problem. It's not. This Yankee team is one of the best offensive teams in the league. Offensively, do they go to sleep at sometimes? Absolutely. But offense isn't our problem. Our problem is defense. It would have been the same problems over and over if you would have got yourself a guy like Suarez. A guy that can hit home runs, yeah. Strikes out and can't play efficient defense. We got to get better fundamentally. That inning that we saw the other day, I forget what inning it was. I believe it was the 4th inning, where everything was fucking coming apart. I hate having innings like that. Y'all see how mad and upset I get when it comes to when we get innings like that? Nah, we need a fundamentally sound ball club. The Yankees got to put their best defensive team out there. And Ryan McMahon helps us out defensively, no doubt. But I like the move overall. You guys seem to be a little bit conflicted about it, but overall, I think it's a solid move for the Yankees. McMahon is a guy that was on my radar years ago. I didn't think he was going to be in play for the Yankees, but he's here. All rise. What up, man? Says big one. Let's fucking go Yankees. I like it. Just searching on Twitter to see if anything else is popping up on Ryan McMahon. You still want IKF? We still need bullpen arms? Absolutely. Doesn't mean they're not going to. That just means that now it's the new priority. Who do we trade? Couple no-name prospects. Couple no-name prospects, Owen. Jeff Herring and Josh Gross for McMahon. So two pitching prospects. Two pitching prospects for him. I guarantee you didn't even know who those guys were. Somebody on Twitter just put pros and cons for him. Pros: Yankees don't land IKF Arenado. I don't think Arenado was even coming here. And Hayes. Add an excellent glove at third base. That he is. Add some power and or anything above the current production at third. Absolutely. Could be motivated to play some meaningful baseball. That's absolutely. And he does hit right-handed pitching very well. 14 to 16 home runs this year versus right-handed pitching. The cons, he does tend to strike out a lot. Unknown outside of cores, below average offense, and 2 years left in the contract. Miguel, thanks for popping in. Why are we trading for a guy to hit 217? But as of late, he has been playing very, very well the last couple of weeks. Since June 7th, he got off to a real slow start, but since June 7th, dude, he's hit 10 home runs and an 819 OPS. So you got to look at, you know what the saying is, what have you done for me lately? At the end of the day, I think this is a low risk, high reward. Like, he's expensive, $16 million a year after this year and the following year after that, no doubt, for a guy his productivity, but he can go out there and dude, Katie Sharp. Look at this shit. Hold on. Here are the numbers. I don't know if I can get any bigger than that. The comparison between Ryan McMahon and Oswald Peraza. They're tied in stolen bases. And that's the only positive for Peraza. Outside of that, McMahon is killing Peraza. So there's no doubt that you guys can admit that this is a major upgrade. Low risk, you're paying them $16 million. It's not our money, dude. It's not our money, dude. As long as it doesn't stop them from making more moves, who gives a shit about the money? Money's fungible at the end of the day, dude. They can move around money and make other moves on top of that. It's not our money. All says ranked second in MLB defensive run save from 2021 to 2023. Dude, he's a good defender, and that's what we need. Offensively, I'm not worried about his offensive struggles. What have you done for me lately? As of late, since June, and since we've been struggling in June, he's been hot. Miami seems to be trading everybody there. You're getting to that point, man. You are getting to that point where moves are going to start to get made up until the deadline, no doubt. Don't forget, guys, hit that like button if you guys are new. Sub up. I will be live calling the play-by-play tonight, 7 o'clock. I'm also working on my Fantastic Four review. Miguel says he'll take the trade. Can't be any worse than what we got. No doubt. Defensively, he's good defensively. The team's offense in general hasn't been the issue as of late. We are hitting decent. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, like, he comes in and whatever you get offensively, he definitely can provide you something offensively. Honestly, like I said, I like the move. Am I in love with the move? No, but I like the move. You're going to see Fantastic Four this afternoon. You're going to like it. You're going to like it. It's really good. Somebody made a good point. The Yankees are now left-handed heavy. Do you guys see this as an opportunity to possibly get rid of a left-handed bat? Maybe a Trent Grisham? But then also, you know, if you call up a Spencer Jones, he's lefty as well. So why we get rid of Grisham? Might have value somewhere else. Maybe you can flip Grisham for some pitching. I mean, no doubt you need him defensively, no doubt. But you got to see. We'll see what happens. John Heyman, Mets are among teams that inquired about Luis Robert Jr. Rice is garnering attention. Ben Rice, and a lot of teams are asking if Ben Rice has the capability of being a full-time catcher. Ben Rice, I think, is one of our more valuable pieces. Yeah, see, somebody was talking about Mets aren't interested in Suarez. John Heyman came out talking about the McMahon deal. Suarez, Mets and Cruz are Mets are aggressive for him. Also said Phillies are a potential fit for Eugenio Suarez. With Alec Boehm out, need that right-handed bat, so they might be going hard at him. You think they can get a King's ransom? I don't think they trade both at the same time. Not to the same team. Two pitchers like that. I think you'll get a good, I'm not gonna say King's ransom, but I think you'll get a good turnout, a good exchange for Sandy. Cabrera, possibly, but I can't see them trading them both to the same team. Look, what you do now is Yankees got to focus on bullpen, because our bullpen is taxed. There are like 3 guys that ultimately we trust at the end of the day, that we really trust. Outside of that, it's just Jonathan Loáisiga, terrible. Ian Hamilton as well. Tim Hill's been okay as of late, but you need more than Weaver, Hill, and Devin Williams. Joe says he would bring up Jones and trade Rice, Dominguez, and Grisham for bullpen and perhaps a starter. I'm not trading Dominguez. Rice, I'm not like, if Rice goes, I'm not gonna be mad at it. It just depends on what you're gonna get for him. But no doubt at the end of the day, this is a hole that the Yankees have filled. That's one hole that they filled. Now, they have a lot of other hills that they're going to have to fill. Yep, and also the Yankees are taking on that entire $16 million next. The Yankees are eating the rest of the contract, too. Shia, Anthony, thank you for being a member for 1 month, says, what would you give up for Anthony Bender? You probably give up some prospects. That's what it comes down to. You would have to give up some middle-of-the-road prospects. You imagine how mad these guys are getting sent to Colorado? I mean, at that, they're not major leaguers at this point. I'm sure they look, here's the thing. Those guys that are getting sent to Colorado have better chance of being major league players there than they do here. Ultimately, at the end of the day, like I said, I think it's a low risk type deal. Am I in love with it? No, but I like it. Being a pitcher in Colorado is tough. I mean, that's on them, man. That's their worries, not us. Don't be surprised too if Viscara goes. So. But overall, guys, like I said, it's a move that I think is solid. I like the move. Am I in love with it? No. I think Ryan McMahon defensively brings way more value to this team defensively than he does offensively, no doubt. Andy Martino says McMahon is a great ad for the Yankees. They have their third baseman for next year too. Could still use a righty for platoon and come off the bench. That's where I would go Ahmed Rosario. That's where I would go Ahmed. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. I don't think Roderick has a spot on this team. I don't think Roderick has a spot on this team. But like I said, I like the trade. I would have loved it if they could have gave up a couple of more prospects and got back Jake Bird. Then that would have been a home run trade for me. But look, guys, I'm going to go ahead and head out of here. Appreciate you guys for popping in, joining the conversation. If you guys are watching the rewatch, hit that subscribe. I'll be back at 7 o'clock for the live play-by-play. I'm working on my Fantastic Four review. Make sure you guys check that out if you guys haven't done so. Well, when it comes out. So, appreciate you guys. Have a good one. I'll see you guys at 7 o'clock. As always, thank you for tuning into the Ace Avenue. I'm yours truly, the Ace. Adios.